Welcome to Module 15, The Four Lenses for School Finance. While most of my career has been in the classroom serving and instructing students with disabilities, I have enjoyed the challenges of school budgeting the last 13 years as an administrator. As Merrill Area Public Schools is a declining enrollment district, we are constantly using new strategies to be able to provide the highest level of achievement and success for our students. Please study the four lenses of school finance as defined on this slide. For the purpose of this presentation, I will refer to the four lenses of school finance from a school district perspective. We have little control over the funding we receive from the state, but we can control and allocate funds in the districts as we choose. It is important to have a plan for school finance and budgeting, especially when making large-scale changes within your improvement plans. Create protocols where each of the four lenses are applied when developing your strategic plan. And of course, it is always important to operate within your means as a school district. Budgets are fixed, and revisions and reprioritization are necessary for any successful strategic planning. Two methods or philosophies of budgeting are zero-based budgeting and smarter spending. Zero-based budgeting has historically been the most popular plan for budgeting. A district would analyze their spending from the prior year, start the new year at zero, and work toward their cap as the year progressed. Analysis would happen throughout the year, typically on a quarterly basis. Smarter spending refers to budgeting from a research-based strategy regarding what works best for increasing student achievement. My district uses the principles of smarter spending to create a multi-year plan. We no longer spend based on the past or because that's the way we've always done things. Each dollar is spent only after studying the research of Alan Auden and what has been proven scientifically effective at improving student achievement. It eliminates personal preference and focuses on the research behind effective strategies, curriculum, and personnel positions. I've linked his book for your information. Every department director in our central office keeps this book in a prominent location as we refer to his publication frequently. Please click the link to view our 2019-2023 MAPS Strategic Financial Plan. Don't let the details of this plan intimidate you. While I am not advocating for the smarter spending approach as it aligns with the model outlined by the Government Finance Officers Association, or GFOA, I am stating that sound financial plans are a requirement of school districts. Every school district's plan will differ as we all experience differences in budget amounts and we are all located in unique communities. All budget plans, however, must be rooted in student achievement and success. Adequacy simply refers to having the adequate funding to pay for the strategy you hope to use. Cuts must be made during times of budgetary constraints. Budget cuts are necessary during times of rising costs, unexpected declines in student enrollment, and during the new biennium of the governor's proposed budget. Adequacy simply refers to having the adequate funding to pay for the strategy you hope to use. Cuts must be made during times of budgetary constraints. Budget cuts are necessary during times of rising costs, unexpected declines in student enrollment, and during the new biennium of the governor's proposed budget, to name just a few factors. Liberty refers to how your plan creates ownership and the freedom established for how employees use their allocated funding. Once our smarter spending philosophy was adopted, the research by Alan Auden became our framework. When a plan such as this is research-based, it becomes difficult to argue and provides a solid basis for moving forward. Is your funding based on equity or equality? Equity should be the basis for your funding. It's important for every district to scrutinize their spending and compare their history to the four lenses. We should no longer fund programs based on clever salesmanship or promises from vendors. Instead, it is important to base funding on what is proven as best for our students. While funding will typically fall short of having the ability to equitably provide what our students require, cuts and sacrifices can be made in other areas of our budget to items not effectively based on research. Every item of a district's budget should be able to be defended by sound reasoning. And finally, let's look at efficiency. Are the funds dispersed in a timely manner? In order to maintain efficiency, a multi-year plan and timeline provides many benefits. As we discovered during the spring of 2020 with COVID, we also know that funds are driven by single-year budget constraints. Our own multi-year plan and timeline allowed us to quickly recognize where we were as, like all districts, we had to adapt quickly to the challenges in closing our buildings. A multi-year plan also allows us to forecast spending over time. This is especially beneficial to our district as we forecast our declining student enrollment and plan for future referendums. You have now reached the end of Module 15, the four lenses for school finance. Please see the information at the bottom of this slide if you have any questions or would like to request a private discussion with your instructor. Thank you.